Do. My lid was off. Look at us on a different spot in my room. We're not on my desk. We're on my bed. Wow. 여러분 안녕하세요. I started screaming. Anyway, in today's video, first of all, hello, hi, welcome. In today's video, we are sorry, I'm screaming. I'm excited and I'm all caffeined up. I've had a lot of coffee today, so just expect a lot of randomness apparently. Okay, I'm sorry. In today's video, we're going to be talking about some of my favorite Korean podcasts. So I have 3 podcasts that I love, so this video should be 빨리빨리, should be. So the very first one that sorry, disclaimer. Podcasts are a really good way to get some sort of listening practice in regards to your Korean language journey. I know, right? Because a lot of us aren't able, I was gonna say something wild. A lot of us aren't in a close proximity of a lot of native Koreans, which is totes fine. So if you do want some sort of listening practice and maybe variety shows are too fast for you, dramas are too fast for you, podcasts are a perfect way to get some of your listening practice in without, you know, driving around trying to find a random Korean, because that is not okay. Okay? Bless them. 감사합니다, 선생님. 선생님들. 쌤. Okay, I'm sorry. I need to like relax. I love her podcast. I think she's probably my favorite. I'm so very sorry to all the other podcasters out there. Her videos are so good, and I really love it's a themed podcast. What I meant by that is each episode is themed regarding some sort of topic, whether it be like work or vacation or family or room or etc. Because sometimes with a lot of podcasts they're just talking at you, and like I said in my last video, go watch it. If you're trying to translate Korean or if you're just trying to understand Korean, it's best to have a context about something. Hopefully that makes sense. Oh my gosh. Her podcast or her videos are most definitely beginner friendly. She does have some that are more intermediate friendly, so if you are better than us, I'm just kidding. If you are at a higher level and you can understand Korean spoken in a faster pace, she does have those videos there for you. She has many playlists depending on, like, you know, what your depending on what your level is. She also has vlogs, which I love, not only because we get to just like see Korea in a regular point of view, not like all aesthetically pleasing like but when she, in her videos, her vlogs, she has subtitles, and she also highlights certain words in each sentence. First of all, just from an editing standpoint, that's a lot of work, but from a student's perspective, I love that so much. that is such a nice thing that she does. Oh my goodness. So, and she also speaks at a not a very slow pace, but a slower pace, which I really appreciate because listening can be a little challenging. So the mixture of her speaking pattern plus her putting like little random vocabulary words, I love it. I love it. And for each of her podcasts, not the vlogs, but just like the regular podcast, she also gives out free transcripts from each podcast, and in that transcript she has a vocabulary list, she has useful expressions, writing practice, etc. Most of them are free, but there are a few that are priced, which I think is like fair because of the type of content that she is giving you. But yes, her videos so good, so good. Next one. I love storytime in Korean as well. It gives me the same vibes as CHOISUSU, but oh, I turned my iPad off. I think hers are more storytime based. Like the one that I saw was like, oh, this little thing went to the what is it called? Convenience store. If you are, this is a random side note, if you are like a cozy gamer, I put her on in the background. I love it. It's like lofi music, but with Korean story times. So if I'm playing Sims or something, I'll have like my iPad like set up, and then I'll just like play her videos, and the vibes are there. But the same thing, she has a lot of PDF files. Basically it's the transcripts of each story, and you're able to download them, which is great for your studying habits, methods, studying sessions, because you're able to, like, you know, see what she was saying. And with the PDF files, she has it like categorized. She has grammar, vocab, and then she has each word or grammar or expression highlighted, which I think is really nice. I love how organized these channels or like these podcasts are, because it just makes it really easy for language learners like myself. That sounds like really basic, but you would think it's that easy, but some people unfortunately don't make it that easy for language learners, but they do, which I really appreciate. But the most thing that I really like about her page is just the cozy vibes that I get. For me, I love hearing Korean. Even if I don't understand it, I love hearing it. Okay, and the last one that I have is going to be a piece of Korean. So I personally don't believe that this channel or this podcast is beginner friendly. So if you are a beginner in Korean, maybe not. I mean, you can do what you want, but like when I first listened to their podcast, I was like, I can't. Because I didn't understand what they were saying. This podcast is just they speak at a native, well obviously they're native, but they conversate in a native speed.
네, 오늘은 어떤 이야기를 할까요? 지난번에는 이사에 대해서 이야기를 했어요. 네, 오늘은 집에서
If you're at a more advanced speaking level, intermediate advanced speaking level, a piece of Korean is perfect for you. If you want to challenge yourself, by all means do so. They also do everyday travel vlogs as well. Again, a warning, they do not have they have subtitles, but they only have Korean subtitles. No English whatsoever. 그냥 한국어, which is good. It's really good. If you're trying to challenge your Korean and a lot of these videos or podcasts are just too easy for you, please watch their stuff, because it will most definitely challenge you. They introduce a lot of vocabulary words and a lot of cultural customs, from what I can gather just by my attempts at trying to understand what was going on. So yeah, I think it's really good. They collaborated with, sorry, my ears are itchy. Someone's talking about me. They just came out with a book with Goose Apple Books, which is actually really exciting. If you guys are not even like an OG babe, but if you've been on my channel for a while, you remember that I actually got sponsored by Goose Apples, or they sent me a book. They created a video with Goose Apple Books, and it's basically how you can learn Korean through a podcast or with a podcast. I don't have it, and I don't know if I'm gonna get it. I feel like it might be too advanced for me. I do think their podcast is really good. I do like that they make it challenging, and I don't think they try to make it challenging. I think they're just I'm assuming that they're just gearing towards a more intermediate or advanced audience, which I think is great. That's it. 여러분, yeah. But if you are familiar with any of these podcasts, which one is your favorite? If you're not, you're welcome. If you do listen to podcasts, what are your favorite podcasts to listen to? 여러분, 봐주셔서 감사합니다. 다음에 봐. 안녕. You guys, look at this hoodie. Look it. Oh wait, that looks ugly. Never mind. I thought it was gonna be like a look, and I looked like a freaking, I just looked weird.